Oh, thank you.
How excited is Fred? I mean, I know you're not on the same position, but just the fact that he finally made his first Pro Bowl. What did you see from him today?
Yeah, honestly, I think I'm more happy for Fred getting his first one than me getting my fifth, to be totally real with you. Just because I know how important that first one is, and I remember how excited I was when I first got, my first nod. That one definitely means the most. It's the hardest one to get. You really have to kind of break through, and I've told him he's got the hardest one out of the way, and now they're going to start coming easier for him because people know his name, and rightfully so. The guy's an absolute baller. He's been playing out of his mind, not just this year, but the past couple years. But I'm just really happy to see him get that recognition because he deserves every bit of it.
And Kyle, this week you may have to play quarterback if things go that way. Can you just tell us how you prepared for that emergency role in recent seasons and just the whole aura of what's going on with that position right now?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it doesn't come to that, but also hopefully it does kind of come to that. Maybe CJ like needs to tie his shoe or his helmet needs fixed or something. I at least get one play. But we've always just prepared for it. Usually once a week, I go with the quarterback coach. So like this year, I've been going with Shane Day, Jet, and myself on Fridays, and after practice, we go through a few plays. Some simple things that we can run, take some snaps from the center, and just try to stay prepared for in case of that emergency.
In light of what you just said, I got to ask you how much lobbying you do of Shanahan to kind of elbow your way ahead of Jet in the pecking order there to get into that shoelace scenario.
There's no question I talk about it a lot, and I'm definitely going to be mentioning a few things to him this week to try and get that nod ahead of him.
Following up on that, Shanahan did not say this today, to be clear, but he did say recently that Jarek is ahead of you as the emergency quarterback, and he pointed to the fact that he actually did play quarterback in college. Don't think you did that. I don't know if you want to, state your case right now, but is that news to you? And if it's not, how did you take that news?
No, I did see that the other day. I guess I'm gonna have to send him the two clips of me playing Wildcat quarterback in college back at Harvard, just so I can get him back on my side. But I mean, man, I doubt it never comes to it, and I hope it never comes to it. But in that rare situation that it does, he knows that I'll be ready to go. I know this offense in and out, and if I need to hand the ball off a few times and throw some simple passes, I'm ready to do it.
Hey, Kyle, correct me if I'm wrong, but the last time that you played actual standard quarterback, I think, was freshman in high school. And I remember your coach saying that you had some kind of game-winning drive where you drew up the winning play in the dirt. Do you remember what play you drew up, and can you take me back to that memory?
The sad thing is, I know exactly what play you're talking about, and yes, I can bring you through it. Um, my freshman year, I was playing on the freshman team, and then on Saturdays I'd play for the JV team. And fourth quarter, we were down four. I think we were at about like the 35-yard line, and I ran over to the coach and I drew up on the palm of my hand. It was a scissors concept. We had the inside receiver run a corner, outside guy run a post. And it's funny, a freshman in high school, I just assumed that defenses were always in man-to-man coverage. And so if we crossed them up, I figured that'd mess up man coverage. Didn't really think about the whole idea of zone and then passing people off, but it still worked out. I thought I was going to hit the corner. I rolled out to the right. It wasn't there. Um, did some scrambling back to the left side of the field, and the post had come open in the back of the end zone. And I let it rip and got all the glory of a JV quarterback throwing the game winning touchdown on the last play.
As far as the quarterback goes, who's going to start on Sunday, what have your impressions been of CJ Beathard just the last couple seasons throughout everything he's been through, off the field as well as on, and just how he's approached everything.
I've been incredibly impressed with CJ, and especially just his composure and being able to still come to work every day, even though he hasn't gotten the nod in certain situations, but he still brings it every day. And I just love any time that he's stepped onto the field this season. He's just come out and made plays. Like, it just comes off the bench cold and just throws pills out there. I think he's been in maybe 3 times this year, and every time he seems to lead us down the field for a score, even if it is, in kind of desperation situations, where we're down multiple scores. It doesn't seem to matter. He seems unfazed. He goes in there confidently and, throws the ball in some tight windows. So I'm excited to see what he can do with the full week of practice and, a full week of preparation. And I have all the confidence in the world of CJ. I know, I feel like he, in a kind of an unfair way, gets judged about what he did his first and second year in the league, and it's been a while since he's had a chance to be that starting quarterback and have time to prepare. And I think he's a different player now. I think he's matured a ton, so I'm excited to go out there with him.
Last one.
There was a play in your 6th grade Pop Warner League. No, I'm just kidding.
I can tell you about that one too.
Acknowledging that this year's been really challenging for everyone on a lot of levels, not just in football, but with what you guys have been through, whether it's wildfires or COVID, injuries, relocating, all that stuff, have there been moments where it's been really difficult to just kind of grasp all that's been thrown at you, and if so, how have you kind of gotten through those?
I'm not sure exactly this is what you're asking, but there's been times where it's difficult to grasp everything that's going on outside of football. Sometimes, to be totally honest with you, to have the escape of football, you're kind of blinded to what's going on in the real world. Even with all those things that you just mentioned, I feel like if I wasn't playing football, I'd be so much more focused on those things and more affected by them. But because I have the outlet of football and in our industry, it's like everyone always says, nobody cares, work harder. That's kind of just like how you see things. It's okay. It's just another setback, another more adversity we have to overcome. Whether it's the wildfires or COVID or whatever it is. But regardless of what that thing is, you still have to focus on the game plan that week and get ready for your opponent. So, I do think it. From that perspective, it's been easy to kind of forget about what exactly, or to the extent of how serious things are that are going on around you.
Hey, Faithful, click here to subscribe.